It's Press Pass with Jack Ebling, Mid-Michigan's spirited sports debate. Now let's get talking sports. Here's Jack.
Great evening, Mid-Michigan and beyond, and welcome to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Happy Father's Day. It's time to meet Team 352. Rico Beard, longtime Detroit radio and TV personality. Specs Howard, broadcast instructor, recruiting insider, and he is the host of the Spartan Beat, weekdays from noon to 1 on the Spotlight Radio Network. How are you, Rico?
Jack, you know what? I'm great. I'm on another show. I'm here. You, me, Steven. It's going to be a great show. Happy Father's Day to you. Surprised you're in town.
Yeah, well, I couldn't get to Beijing, so this works out just fine. Wanted to talk to you for a minute about Juneteenth. Mm-hmm. And suddenly there's an awareness. People are starting to discover that this holiday exists and might become a national holiday soon.
Yeah, it's funny because it's been around, but now after this year, big-time sponsors and corporations are acknowledging it, that maybe we should make this a holiday. And it's basically, they don't know the exact date, but this is when Abraham Lincoln basically abolished slavery. It was sometime around this time in, I think, 1865. Right. And that's why it's Juneteenth, because there's no exact date. There was no cell phones back then.
That's right.
But that's why. And then, yeah, it'll be great if this does become a holiday. I love to see so much awareness, and hopefully this wave continues.
As you say, no social media, no way to get this message out except to deliver it. And they had to have people go and read a proclamation. And the last place they read it, June 19th, 1865, Galveston, Texas.
Yeah.
And that's where it was. But a lot of big events in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Celebration of a tragedy there, and political rally. We won't get into that right now.
I was about to say, we won't have time for Steven if we do this.
No, we won't. I want to introduce Stephen Brooks. Covers MSU football and basketball for the Spartan Tailgate Premium site. And he is a co-host of The Drive with Jack. That's Thursday afternoons from 3 to 6 on the Spotlight Radio Network. Happy Father's Day, Stephen.
Thanks, I guess. You too, Jack, and everybody else that's out there watching. I don't have any fathers that I know of in my immediate circle of friends, but I'm sure there's plenty watching and everything. Hope everybody had a great day. It was decent around here. I don't know where everyone's watching from, but a solid day around here, for sure.
To the best of our knowledge, there's no one who could say Happy Father's Day to you, right? You're not a dad.
100%, yeah, thank God.
Got to give that a little bit of time, ladies and gentlemen. Everything in due time. All right. We will be back in just a minute. We're going to start with our Going Green segment. We're going to talk about Michigan State football and response to...
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-922-9827. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. Find out how easy it is by calling now. For the secret the credit card companies don't want you to know, call Credit Associates now and see how much money you could save for free. Call 1-800-922-9827.
Celebrate the freedom of a great night's sleep and save big during the July 4th sale at Denver Mattress. Sleep cool all night long and save up to $500 on the superior cooling comfort of a Tempur-Breeze. Or save 25% on our entire Doctor's Choice lineup. Any size, any model. Check out the budget-friendly Queen-Size Summit Firm, now only $189.99. Plus 4 years, no interest financing, and free shipping right to your doorstep. Don't miss the July 4th sale, on now at Denver Mattress.
The only station with local news weekdays from 7 to 9 a.m.
At Graff Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else. peace of mind. Every Graf used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you a free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
We are MEA, a foundation of collective strength, an advocate for education. K-12 educators, support professionals, and higher education employees, united to support our students, our schools, and our community. Together, we are the shield protecting every student's right to succeed. Michigan Education Association. Champions for education.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Going Green segment, brought to you by Graf Chevrolet and Graf Nissan on West Grand River in Okemos. With 106 years in the automobile business, they'll take great care of you, as they have on all 7 of my leases and purchases. For a new or used vehicle or for terrific service, go Graf. There you see the MSU coaches and staff at the Rock in solidarity. Black Lives Matter. Rico Beard, Michigan State's response to this, I think pretty heartfelt. I know that Tom Izzo and Mel Tucker wanted to reach out and show where their hearts were. What's the response to Michigan State University right now, especially in the city of Detroit?
I think in the city of Detroit, it's a clean slate. It's okay. I hate to say it, the old staff's not there. We're going to give this new staff some credit. Mel Tucker's coming in. He's made Detroit a priority. He's had his coaches go down there, and even though, they haven't been able to visit due to COVID-19, right beforehand, they did their best to try to get as many athletes from down in the Detroit area up for that final game against Ohio State, the basketball game. So there's been a lot of communication, talking to a lot of high school coaches. They're excited. They're anxious to see what Mel Tucker is going to do. But so far, they're buying what he's selling.
Stephen Brooks, what's the difference in perception with Mel Tucker's new staff after a 13-year run with 3 Big Ten championships, a college football playoff appearance, 6 bowl wins, some disappointments down the end, but more or less as positive an era as Michigan State's had. Now it's a whole new page.
Yeah, the word that I keep hearing from folks, mostly high school recruits, is energy. And I'm especially getting that from kids that were recruited by both regimes, and there's a little crossover there. Energy is the thing that they keep coming back to, not just from Mel Tucker, but from his assistants, from the GAs, to the recruiting office people, all across the board. So I would say that's what sticks out number one. And then, you're either, as a football program, you're either trending up or trending down. You're really never staying the same. And I think it was clear to everybody that Michigan State last few years was clearly not trending up. And now this, like Rico said, in a sense, it's a blank slate in the fact that folks can look at this thing and say, we can buy into what the pitch is and what they're selling. And, they're not trending down, so they got to be trending up. And I think that renewed energy and that focus on recruiting and a lot of that stuff all plays off each other.
Rico, taking a look at Michigan State's 2020 schedule, aside from Michigan and Ohio State, those back-to-back games in October, is there a game this program would love to win and one it can't afford to lose?
I think the one that they would love to win, maybe not for the program, but for the fans' point of view, is a game against Miami, because it's homecoming. This is where all the alums are going to be up here, and they're going to want to see this firsthand. That's the game where you could win over all of those people who may be holding on to, I kind of like Coach D. You can like both coaches, folks. I just want to let you know that. It's okay to like them both. It's not an and or type of thing. I think Northwestern is the game they can't afford to lose. Mm-hmm. They can't stumble out the gate because now you're looking at a long season. You want to start 1-0 because you're looking at going out to BYU, and let's face it, the West Coast has not been great for Big Ten teams. You don't want to start off 0-2.
And a conference game. That's a little different. Stephen, when you look at the schedule, what do you think? You have a different game that you would love to see, you think fans would love to see Michigan State win, and one that they'd hate to lose?
I agree that Northwestern game one is a big deal, no doubt, because it is a Big Ten game, because it is game one. Iowa on the road is always a tough place to play, and that really sort of submerges you into Big Ten play through the rest of the way there. And you look at those next 2 home games after that, you don't want to come into those 2 off a loss. I think Minnesota at home, too, on Halloween could be a really fun environment, too.
I was going to say a game that could stamp this program and really show what it's capable of doing would be a win at Penn State.
Cool, yeah.
And a game I think would be terrible to lose would be the home game against Toledo. And that is right between that BYU game and then Miami coming in. You lose that one.
See, the only thing about the Penn State game, you're right, Jack, but if this thing doesn't go well, fans will already be talking about Midnight Madness in the college basketball team, and they would lose interest. It would go back to the way things used to be with Michigan State football. Keep our interest until the middle of October, and then we'll move on.
I think Mel Tucker's going to have a pretty long leash for a first-year coach, given all the incredible obstacles he's had to face.
You think?
I would think, yeah.
You think, but I don't agree with that. I think once the losses start coming in, fans will start.
Say, they're paying him all this money. Nah.
$5 million and we can't win games.
I think people are excited about it. Stephen, when you think about this team, how long is it going to take before you know what it's all about? What point in the season?
I mean, it could be until next year, honestly, because you want to see what this thing looks like under Mel Tucker. I mean, you want to see him come back. You want to see him crush a team they should crush. You want to see him hold a lead late. You want to see him play on the road, play a couple time zones over. So there's so many scenarios that I don't know that we'll get all of them in 2020.
We'll be right back. We're going to talk about the big picture, brought to you by Dean Transportation. Clemson, Alabama, Oklahoma, and more coming up on Press Pass.
The Ticket Machine is your local connection to concert, theater, and sporting event tickets nationwide. Our entertainment experts are ready to help you create a memorable experience, trusted by fans for more than 20 years. Whether you're looking for tickets for your corporate outing, family excursion, or vacation, we offer the best seats and the best prices. Grab a front row seat now on theticketmachine.com.
At Graf Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else, peace of mind. Every Graf used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
It's another fall Friday night, and your kids should be
playing high school football.
It's a fun game, and it's safer than ever.
It's safe because the rules, the coaching, and the equipment are better than ever before.
As a result, serious injuries are at an all-time low. Seriously.
And builds
strong schools, lifetime memories, and tomorrow's community leaders.
And it's mother approved.
It's a great game, and we want to teach it to your kids.
W superstar Otis reminding you that SmackDown is all new this Friday on Fox 47.
Buy 4 tires at Bell Tire's 4th of July sale and get up to $220 in savings. Or get even more with up to $280 in savings with Bell Tire gift cards. Plus, get tires as low as $29 and 0% financing for 12 months. Buy 4 tires and get up to $220 in savings or up to $280 in savings with Bell Tire gift cards. Save a lot or get a lot more. Either way, start with the lowest tire price, period, at Bell Tire. Contact-free service available.
Hello, I'm William Shatner, and you may not know this about me, but years ago, I was diagnosed with a sleep disorder. And like millions of others, I was prescribed sleep equipment. Did you know sleep equipment manufacturers recommend daily cleaning? That's why I use SoClean. It's the perfect complement to my daily routine, and it's hassle-free.
Try SoClean risk-free for 30 nights and get a $70 instant rebate. Call 1-800-520-1236. Order now and get a $70 instant rebate.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for the big picture, brought to you by Dean Transportation. Dean is hiring caring and dependable people as school bus drivers in many Michigan markets. Be a hero in your community and safely transport children to and from school with Dean. For more information and to apply, visit deantransportation.com/jobs. That's deantransportation.com/jobs.
Clemson is a special place, and we saw again why that is today. This is a historic time and a challenging time, but as I tell my team all the time, challenge is what creates change. I believe with all my heart that God stopped the world in 2020 so we would have perfect vision and clearly see the social and racial injustices and the changes that need to occur in our society. Nobody should feel less or be treated as less because of the color of their skin. God loves every single one of us the same. Black lives more than matter. Black lives significantly matter and equally matter.
There you see Clemson coach Dabo Swinney. Gentlemen, we often talk about sudden change situations in college football, and things are changing fast, whether coaches are ready for them or not. You saw Dabo backtracking like an All-America cornerback. Rico Beard, are you surprised that Dabo wasn't a little smarter than that to show up the first time with the Football Matters shirt and seem to be oblivious to what it was all about?
Yes and no, Jack. You would like to think so, but it's not real to a lot of people until all of a sudden they feel that backlash, and it's like, oh, people are paying attention to me? They're actually listening to what I'm saying? Yes, they have always been. So it's almost like you got to wait for the apology, for what happens the next day. And I think they're starting to realize, you know what, I'm making a lot of money off with these players, but if I tick off, especially my black players, I may not be here that much longer.
Yeah.
They'll start, top recruits are going to start asking coaches, I believe, in the visits, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about Black Lives Matter?
I don't know what's in Dabo Swinney's heart. I do know there's a big difference between sincerity and expediency.
Yeah. I mean, I've never been a Dabo fan. I think he's a used car salesman.
Yeah.
But I give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm willing, if people want to make changes, I'm going to let them make changes.
Stephen Brooks, Clemson Tigers reported back to campus 23 positive tests for COVID-19. That's 22 more than MSU's entire athletic department. Why the disparity?
Well, I left my lab coat at home, so I can't tell you like the scientific reason, but I mean, trusting the folks who actually wear those and do this, the data is just not very good in the South compared to some of the northern states. So if you're talking about a Clemson program, the Carolinas, I've heard anecdotally like the coastal Carolina regions are just a mess right now in terms of vacationers and people just doing their recreational thing and everything. You see Texas and Florida, the numbers there are jumping like crazy. And where are these players coming from to Clemson? Texas,
I just
Florida,
don't think people took it seriously. Honestly, I don't think those states took it seriously because it was the whole.
Some people are taking it seriously.
It's hot down here, so it's not going to come down here. That's an up north type of thing, and that's this.
Look at the 26 states where it's on the rise, and most of them are south of the.
I'm surprised Florida. You want to talk about building a wall? You may build one there.
Rico, we hear about COVID-19 preying on the elderly. Alabama coach Nick Saban turns 69 at the end of November. He's 3 weeks older than I am. What happens if he tests positive before the last game of the regular season?
I don't think he will. He's got that John Wayne gene. He's an alien. There's something about that. But no, if he tests positive, wow, that would be something. Because I think that, Jack, whether it's a coach or a star player, it could cripple a national championship type of team where all of a sudden this team's not the same anymore. So, yeah, if Bama loses Saban, oh, they're in trouble.
Hey, we had 6,000 people at a big political rally last night in Tulsa. I have 4 times that many watching the Oklahoma Sooners vie for a national championship with a new Heisman-worthy quarterback. We'll be right back here on Press Pass.
If you think about the last few months, maybe it'll give us a new perspective. Maybe we'll see things we've been missing. Maybe it'll help us see just how connected we all are. And maybe, just maybe, if we look at the big picture, it'll remind us just how amazing freedom really is.
Ladies
Ladies and gentlemen.
Let me introduce you to the first lawnmower that maintains social distancing. The Husqvarna Automower will mow the lawn for you, rain or shine. The Husqvarna Automower charges automatically. It's silent, safe, there's virtually no maintenance, and your lawn will look like carpet. Here at Midwest Power Equipment, we follow social distancing and sanitizing guidelines for installation, service, and information. You might be thinking the Husqvarna Automower sounds too good to be true. It's not. So come into Midwest Power Equipment today.
911, all new Monday on Fox.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin to the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Tracking a Trophy segment, brought to you by the Ticket Machine at the corner of Mount Hope and Hagedorn. For the best in sports and entertainment ticketing, go to theticketmachine.com.
Halfway through our fourth quarter, and Tentacumbo. Oh my goodness! He's inhuman!
7 flushes, and this is the emphatic one.
Oh my goodness!
Him release off the floor.
No one else in the point.
From downtown. Here comes LBJ! Look out!
Oh, the crowd on their feet. That's what they came to see. If nothing else happens, they're happy now.
There you see the two biggest names in basketball. Giannis Antetokounmpo, not just because the last name has 13 letters, and LeBron James. Gentlemen, we may or may not have a season. We're hearing more and more that there's considerable reluctance to report. Kyrie Irving is not the only one who has apprehensions about living in this bubble. Rico Beard, do you think we're going to have pro basketball?
I think we will. I think Adam Silver has control over the league. And it's funny because he even tried to come across for their fears and says, we basically have a snitch hotline. If you see somebody step out the bubble, you call this hotline and we'll go get them, and they got to sit out. But you're not going to do that. I think once they get there, then I think we'll see, it'll take place. AAU style, sounds like. Yeah. And the players are used to that type of playing. But I do think that we're going to have it, and the players' fears, they'll get pushed down and they'll show up.
Who's the one player besides Giannis and LeBron that we're going to be talking about through these playoffs?
Wow, probably maybe Kyrie. Just kind of how comfortable is he in this bubble? Does he help his team win, or is it just kind of one of those, I don't want to be here, and I'm just
he's not going to be able to play anyway, Kyrie Irving, but I'm thinking maybe Kawhi Leonard. What if the Clippers beat the Lakers? I know they'll never take over LA, but a guy who's won championships in San Antonio and then in Toronto.
If the Clippers beat the Lakers, then they may just say, you know what, we don't want to do this anymore. We're done. Sorry, this was set up for the Milwaukee Bucks and the Lakers, so that could happen.
Stephen, what are the chances that we get an NBA Finals without the Bucks or the Lakers. Give me two other teams that might get there.
Without both, I don't feel too confident, but I'll just, if you're taking away the 1 seeds, I'll just go right to the 2 seeds and say Clippers and Raptors. I can very easily see the Clippers making it to the finals. I love their team. I mean, I think I would definitely hear arguments about them being the best team or being the biggest threat to win this thing, especially in sort of a condensed format. But yeah, and in the East, though, I think Milwaukee's got a much stronger, tighter grip on that thing. I think there's more separation there, but I would go with Toronto. I think Siakam, you know, before people sort of forget, before this pause, he had really become an outright star. You know, I mean, he wasn't just sort of that nice piece that they had for a few years. I mean, he's over 23 points a game, 7.5 rebounds, 3.6 assists. So he's leading them. There, you know the rest of the crew, Lowry, Van Vliet, and Anunoby and them. I'd go with them, I guess. But
NBA is such a star-driven league, Stephen. Will you be interested if we don't have Giannis and LeBron?
Yeah, just because of the circumstances. I mean, those clips that we just let in with, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I can't wait for this to come back. I do kind of wish they would jump right into the playoffs. I don't really have much appetite for regular season games, but again, we've gone without sports so long, specifically basketball so long. I'll be watching it all.
Well, it solves two problems. One is it's training camp.
Right.
And they don't have to just jump into the playoffs. And the other thing is, I think it gets guys ready for this. And what's the appetite a little bit more? I don't have a problem with it. Rico, Major League Baseball. We don't know what's going to happen. Commissioner Rob Manfred is saying he might even impose a season and make the union grieve it if that is the case. Do you think we're going to have baseball, even if it's just 50 games?
No. I think baseball, that time is come and gone. I think they had a window that it probably closed 2 weeks ago. They're not even close. I don't think either side really wants to.
Yeah.
Because I think it's down to like a $10 million difference, and it's like, guys, seriously, owners, you're worth billions. Suck up to $10 million, split the difference, do whatever you got to do. I don't think that they're really pushing this. I think it's a lot of lip service.
Stephen, I know you think even a one-game Major League Baseball season is one game too long, but what would happen to baseball if it has a 17-month layoff?
There'd just be more people like me, and there's already way too many. There's already way too many people like me. If you're a baseball executive, a team owner, people that care about the well-being of the game, which I'm not one of them. You know, it's already not on the forefront of people's minds. The younger generations, I say that plural, and it would further just sort of disappear, quite honestly. And yeah, I think that'd be a big, big problem.
All right, we'll be right back with our Law of the Jungle segment, talking about the National Football League. Brought to you by Woody's Oasis, up next.
A new day dawns and we greet it with gratitude, thankful for the heroes on the front lines taking big risks daily to keep us safe. We at Dean Transportation stand at the ready with them, supporting our communities in their time of need. We've been delivering food and medical supplies, volunteering our time, and boosting morale to keep spirits high. Our passengers may have temporarily changed, but our commitment to transporting your most precious cargo has never wavered. Dean Transportation, working together, delivering the good.
We are MEA, a foundation of collective strength, an advocate for education. K-12 educators, support professionals, and higher education employees, united to support our students, our schools, and our community. Together, we are the shield protecting every student's right to succeed. Michigan Education Association. Champions for education. We are MEA, a foundation of collective strength, an advocate for education. K-12 educators, support professionals, and higher education employees, united to support our students, our schools, and our community. Together, we are the shield protecting every student's right to succeed. Michigan Education Association. Champions for education.
It's an afternoon of nonstop laughs, weekdays starting at 3 on My 47. Calling all grassmasters, fescue fanatics, and stewards of St. Augustine. To the springtime sprawlers, backyard scholars, and cultivators of the cul-de-sac. Whether you're a rookie or a pro, run with us. For all the green thumbers, newcomers, and toy picker-uppers, run with us on a John Deere mower. Because this is more than just grass. It's home. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Financing available at D&G Equipment, Mason, Williamston, Corunna, Charlotte, Howell, Highland, and Rise Junction.
You need money. I understand that. These weeks have taken a financial toll on our community. For that reason, as an essential business, Pawn Just Jewelry remains open to purchase your unwanted gold and jewelry. Gold is on the move, and there has never been a better time to sell and make the greatest return on your investment than right now. We want to continue to be of service to you, especially when you may need us most. Call today to make your appointment and some money on the spot.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Law of the Jungle segment. Brought to you by Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road, your healthy alternative to fast food. Eat Woody's and live longer. No shortcuts. That's the Woody's way. And that's why I'm there every week, knowing that Chuck, Delita, and their dedicated staff want you to have the very best.
I personally protest with you and want to be part of the much-needed change in this country. Without black players, there would be no National Football League. And the protests around the country are emblematic of the centuries of silence, inequality, and oppression of black players, coaches, fans, and staff. We are listening. I am listening. And I will be reaching out to players who have raised their voices and others on how we can improve and go forward for a better and more united NFL family.
I think NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell said it all in 10 words, gentlemen. Without black players, there would be no National Football League. Rico, is there anything Roger Goodell would not say if it were good business?
No. Remember what I said a few segments ago about Dabo?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is probably where Dabo learned it from. Raj, don't buy anything that you say. Hey, it took you how long to realize that without 70% of your league, you wouldn't get $40 million a year? No, it's business. So, yeah, he's going to say, I'm going to encourage owners to go out and sign cap, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to wear the T-shirt, and it's okay if you want to take a knee. Where 4 years ago, where was all of this? But once again, if you want to change, I'll let you change. It's hypocritical, but go ahead, change. Don't buy it.
Two of his statements there were almost verbatim what the players' response to him was in the initial blowback. Stephen Brooks, what would happen if the NFL season starts on schedule in September and ends in early November? COVID-19 comes back with a vengeance, determined to have a strong second half.
At least they tried. That's what I think we take out of it, because we just talked about baseball and they're squabbling and, whether they'll get off the ground or not or play any games this year. You think you'd look at the NFL and say, hey, at least you tried. We'd have a couple more classic games to watch. If we went into a couple another few months long quarantine thing, we'd have a little more fresh content to go with. But yeah, I don't know if November, if you shut down, maybe could they recreate their own bubble? I doubt it, because that's so many more people, and just logistically it seems like a nightmare. But yeah, I guess you just say good try, good effort. We'll try again later.
And I think they will try as hard as any league possibly can to play. There's so much money on the table for the National Football League. Just the television contract alone, they don't have to open the gates, and they will still turn a profit.
Yeah, but it's like if Lamar Jackson or Pat Mahomes gets it, or Aaron Rodgers, now it's like, oh.
Well, what do you say about colleges? If a quarterback is asymptomatic, are they going to announce that?
Yeah, that's just it. Are you going to announce that? Are you going to keep that hush-hush? Or all of a sudden you're just going to play with gloves and a special mask on?
Yeah.
I just don't think that coaches, especially in the pros where your job's on the line, are you kidding? Patricia, if Stafford gets it and he knows this could be it for me, man, he may go out there and wipe Stafford's nose after every play.
Rico, you've seen the Detroit Lions schedule more often than you would like. Would you be more surprised if they made the playoffs or had the #1 overall draft pick next year?
I would be more surprised if they made the playoffs. I would. Now, it'll take a lot to get the number one overall, but I just...
I'm not talking about making a championship game. Just make the playoffs. No?
Well, they did have the extra team, so I guess they got a shot at that, but they're picked last in their division, Jack. So, no, I don't think they make the playoffs. And if that's the case, be bad with a purpose. Again, get a quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. Just saying.
Stephen, what do Matt Patricia and his coaches have to do coming off a 3-12-1 nightmare to assure themselves of being back in 2021?
I think they got to be over 500 probably,
If they triple their win total from last year, win 9 games, is that good enough?
It depends on if there's a playoff berth attached to it. I mean, 9 wins and no playoffs for the Lions is probably good enough, sadly. But yeah, so fundamentally, what do they have to do? Matt Patricia has to get his defense in line. He's a defensive coach, defensive background. His defense has been awful, especially last year. And then you got to protect Matt Stafford and get him back right, keep him up, which I like what they did in the draft with the 2 guards back-to-back there. So you got to keep him up right, because people sort of forget a little bit. He was having an excellent season last year, putting up crazy numbers before he got hurt. So you got to keep him
conversation.
Up. Yeah, got to keep him up, got to get the defense right. I do want to say I like their draft this year with Okwara, Swift, what they got after. I like Okuda as well, of course. I like what they got all the way throughout the draft this year. And
Lions would have been 3-1 if they had beaten Kansas City. The ball's right there. They'd expect the guy to pick up a dead ball and go 99 yards with it. And then Stafford gets hurt and the season is over. Rico, I know what you're going to say. I'm not even going to ask you the question.
I'd be a multimillionaire if I just had the 6 numbers in the Powerball.
We will be right back. Much more conversation, and we're going to talk about fathers on Father's Day. Guys have done a great job. Up next.
If you think about the last few months, maybe it'll give us a new perspective. Maybe we'll see things we've been missing. Maybe it'll help us see just how connected we all are. And maybe, just maybe, if we look at the big picture, it'll remind us just how amazing freedom really is.
Hello, I'm William Shatner, and you may not know this about me, but years ago, I was diagnosed with a sleep disorder. And like millions of others, I was prescribed sleep equipment. Did you know sleep equipment manufacturers recommend daily cleaning? That's why I use SoClean. It's the perfect complement to my daily routine, and it's hassle-free.
Try SoClean risk-free for 30 nights and get a $70 instant rebate. Call 1-800-520-1236. Order now and get a $70 instant rebate.
Know the day's weather before you walk out the door.
Fox 47 News.
At Graff Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else. Peace of mind. Every Graff used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at graffokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graff Chevrolet in Okemos.
A new day dawns and we greet it with gratitude, thankful for the heroes on the front lines taking big risks daily to keep us safe. We at Dean Transportation stand at the ready with them, supporting our communities in their time of need. We've been delivering food and medical supplies, volunteering our time, and boosting morale to keep spirits high. Our passengers may have temporarily changed, but our commitment to transporting your most precious cargo has never wavered. Dean Transportation, working together, delivering the good.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Take It to the Bank segment, brought to you by Dart Bank, dedicated to meeting the needs of our banking community for more than 90 years with 4 convenient locations in Mason, Holden South Lansing, Grand Ledge, and the expanded Home Loan Center in Frandor. That's Dart Bank for what matters most. Gentlemen, Michigan State's athletic department has been blessed with some exceptional dads. And I want to take a minute and recognize 7 of them. Jay and Sam Vincent together scored more points than any brother tandem in Big Ten history. And as Sam told me this afternoon, it was Sylvester Vincent who wanted them to play football more than basketball that deserves much of the credit. Few high school or college programs have had better brother tandems than Spartan Wrestling did with Tom and Pat Milkovich, then with Nick and Andy Simmons. Kudos to Mike Milkovich and Scott Simmons for pinning Parenthood. Shane and Chuck Bulla played middle linebacker in East Lansing from 1983 through 1990. That lineage started more than 30 years earlier with Henry Bulla, the patriarch of Big Ten football. And Shane did his dad one better by fathering 3 MSU Bulla backers, Max, Riley, and Byron. But it's tough to imagine a family meaning more to any athletic department than the Millers have at Demonstration Hall and Munn Ice Arena. Kelly, Kevin, and Kip took their lead from Lyle Miller, while Ryan and Drew called Dean Miller Dad. And producing 10 hockey players doesn't include figure skater Hannah Miller, Kevin's daughter. Rico Beard, can you tell us something about your dad who died about 15 years ago, right?
Yeah, about 15 years ago. He basically instilled in me that hard work and dedication, because his thing was he would always say, there's somebody out there better than you, so you can't take a day off. You got to keep working. If you promise something to somebody, you have to deliver, and you just have to always bring your best at all times, because somebody out there is ready to take from you what you have.
Does he deserve a lot of the credit or blame for the media personality you've become?
That's my mother.
Your mother?
That's my mother. She
Yeah.
told me, go out there and make your mama proud.
Yeah.
Do not let any of these people outshine you.
I have to say the same thing. This is Father's Day, but
He gave me the hard work ethic. He did. No, he laid the groundwork. She's the cherry on top.
Stephen, how did your dad shape the person you have become?
So yeah, my dad died when I was 8 years old, and his death, with time, I've been able to sort of process, how it affected me and everything. So I think indirectly, my biggest lesson from him is just fear of failure, and that's sort of driven everything that I've done in my life, from seeing all the effort and energy and everything that my mom put into raising me and my brother. I never wanted for anything, never lacked for anything at all. So the lifestyle and upbringing that she was able to give us by herself, knowing what went into that, I just knew I'd had to go through life and I could never let her down. And I couldn't fail because of everything that she put into it. So I think I got that indirectly from my dad, and I'm super appreciative of that, even though the circumstances are what they are.
Stephen, in your mind, what makes a great dad, and what will you try to impart to a son or a daughter someday?
Good question, because I'm not sure if I ever will be one or if I want to be one. I'm definitely not ready to be one now, but I think it's just, I point to my mom, who was that for me. It's just a selflessness and an unending belief, in you. Support, of course, in every kind of way, lifting you up, propping you up into whatever you're interested in. But I think most of all, it's that selflessness that, your life is second now once you become a parent.
Yeah, I think it's like almost a borderline too of the toughness, but you also have to be the caring, compassionate person. Because my father would always tell me, hey, I'm not your friend, I'm your father.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to tell you when you're messing up. I'm not going to say things to you because everybody else is saying you're doing great. I'm going to tell you how it really is. So I think, to be able to balance that act, you don't want to go full, like the, Mr. Marinovich was with Todd,
right.
Making them run behind the car. But you also want to be able to, guide your son or daughter in whatever path that they want to go on.
When Nick Saban was head football coach at Michigan State, he and I had some talks about this. And both of our fathers were very strong. I don't think we ever managed to please either one of them. I remember one time I won a long drive competition before the U.S. Open. They had a media day, and I hit the best drive of my life. And I got this silver serving plate with the names of all the winners, and I couldn't wait to take it home and show my dad. Dad, look what I won. I won this thing. You know what he said? Where'd you buy it? And to the day he died, he thought I bought that plate. I could never convince him. We will be back in just a minute. Our Champions 2020 segment. And Carly Robbins from Charlotte High, future teacher, up next.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-922-9827. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. Find out how easy it is by calling now. For the secret the credit card companies don't want you to know, call Credit Associates now and see how much money you could save for free. Call 1-800-922-9827.
Fox 47, home to the most popular comedies on TV.
A new day dawns and we greet it with gratitude, thankful for the heroes on the front lines taking big risks daily to keep us safe. We at Dean Transportation stand at the ready with them, supporting our communities in their time of need. We've been delivering food and medical supplies, volunteering our time, and boosting morale to keep spirits high. Our passengers may have temporarily changed, but our commitment to transporting your most precious cargo has never wavered. Dean Transportation, working together, delivering the good.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Champions 2020 segment, brought to you by the Michigan Education Association. The MEA's members, educators from across the state, are proud of this year's high school graduates. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Learn more at MEA.org. Athletes aren't the only ones who've had to make sacrifices this spring. Some outstanding students also have had to deliver commencement addresses in different ways. Tonight, in our Champions 2020 series, we're happy to introduce you to Carly Robbins, multi-talented 4.0 student from Charlotte High School. She has all the makings of an outstanding teacher. Carly, are you ready with the message for us?
Yes, I am.
Ladies and gentlemen, Carly Robbins.
To some people, being successful is having a lot of money, a plentiful amount of friends, and living in a luxurious house. To another person, it may simply mean surviving 40-hour work weeks until retirement. Success may even mean making a difference by volunteering your time to help those in need. In order to better understand what success means to you, think about what kind of outcomes you wish to see or accomplish in life. You may wish to take into account the people that help propel you forward, like friends, teachers, and family, or even things you are passionate about, such as helping others, making a difference, or growing as an individual. Once you devise a clear, comprehensible plan, consider the steps and actions you need to take in order for you to become your description of success. Success is what gives each and every one of us motivation and a purpose. Ultimately, it can be defined in many different ways, and its meaning to one person may be completely different from what it means to another. Finding what success means to you will not only motivate you, but also provide you with a better understanding of what you aspire to be and wish to accomplish. Your definition of success will guide you through life and the many obstacles that you will encounter. So whether success means always doing your best, being happy, or even just believing in yourself, it is crucial that you all understand what this fundamental term means to you and make sure to hold on to that during the journeys you'll embark on in life.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Carly. Rico Beard, success is not an accident.
No.
More about choice than chance. What was your take from Carly's message?
I like the fact that it looks like Carly has her perspective and her priorities straight right now. This is going to be great for her to go on into life. She knows life's not about money, and success is not measured by dollar bills. That's a beautiful message. Carly, always remember that.
Carly, so many things you could have said. Why was it important for you to convey that message?
For me, it was important to convey this message because I wanted students to get a better understanding of what purpose means to them, as well as what motivates them, and ultimately their definition of success.
Carly, we could have had you play the cornet, as you did so well and for so long at Charlotte High School, but tell us about your future plans.
Yes, my future plans are to attend Lansing Community College in the fall to study education. Later, I plan to attend a university to receive my bachelor's degree, and I hope to later become a high school education or a high school science teacher.
My guess, Rico, is there going to be some very fortunate students to have Carly in class. And anybody who inspired you, was there a teacher or counselor, someone in your school who made you say, that's what I want to do?
Really, I've always known that I've wanted to be a teacher. Yeah. For me, it was probably my teachers growing up in elementary school. But another reason I want to become a teacher is to not only make a difference for students, but also because I love school supplies.
That's Carly Robbins coming to a classroom near you. If you know a valedictorian with a message you would like to share, contact us, jack@jackebling.net. That's jack@jackebling.net. We still have 6 spots left in Champions 2020. We'll be right back with our Culver's Cool and Smooth segment, our Play of the Week, our Team of the Week, and our Player of the Week up next.
A new day dawns and we greet it with gratitude, thankful for the heroes on the front lines taking big risks daily to keep us safe. We at Dean Transportation stand at the ready with them, supporting our communities in their time of need. We've been delivering food and medical supplies, volunteering our time, and boosting morale to keep spirits high. Our passengers may have temporarily changed, but our commitment to transporting your most precious cargo has never wavered. Dean Transportation, working together, delivering the good.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
At Graff Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else, peace of mind. Every Graff used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at graffokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graff Chevrolet in Okemos.
Download the Fox 47 News app, available for iOS and Android.
If you think about the last few months, maybe it'll give us a new perspective. Maybe we'll see things we've been missing. Maybe it'll help us see just how connected we all are. And maybe, just maybe, if we look at the big picture, it'll remind us just how amazing freedom really is.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. Time for our Cool and Smooth segment, brought to you by the 5 Culver's locations in mid-Michigan. Since 1984, Culver's has been delighting guests one meal at a time with scrumptious butter burgers and premium frozen custard. Swing through any Culver's drive-thru and grab your fresh favorites. That's Culver's. Welcome to delicious.
Modernist on the inside is next, and they're into the stretch of the Belmont, and Tiz the Law has taken charge. Set down in the final furlong by Manny Franco. Tiz the Law's got a 2-length lead. Dr. Post has moved up on the outside into second. Pneumatic is third, but it is the New York hero, Tiz the Law, and Manny Franco to win the Belmont Stakes. They took it by 4 lengths in the end. Dr. Post was second. Max Player was third. Pneumatic was fourth. The final time a brilliant 146.53. Sakatoga celebrate.
There you have Tiz the Law, laid down the law yesterday in the Belmont Stakes. Less than even money choice, so not a big payout, but already people are saying, yeah, that's a Triple Crown winner, no question about it. And Belmont Stakes, normally the last and the longest jewel of the Triple Crown, this year the first and the shortest jewel of the Triple Crown. So, Tiz the Law. See what happens in the Preakness and the Belmont. All right, Team 352, who has been as cool and smooth as a Culver's mint explosion this week? Rico Beard, what about our play of the week?
Play of the week, Jack, I actually thought about Tiz the Law and going out there and getting what could be the first leg of the Triple Crown. It's actually sports. It's stuff that we could sit there and cheer about. But I'm going to go with something a little different because I never thought I would say this, and I may never say this again. And this is what, 350 something or another?
Yeah, 352.
352? I'm going to give it to, the play is to NASCAR. I'm giving it to NASCAR because NASCAR is making sweeping reforms. NASCAR was not a sport that I thought would make the reforms that they have, a car with Black Lives Matter on it, banning the Confederate flag, firing a driver for using the N-word. No investigation needed, you're just fired. NASCAR, they're doing more than the NFL. This is NASCAR, so yeah, if you're Roger Goodell, you should be embarrassed because NASCAR is kicking your behind on this right now.
5 weeks ago, if someone had mentioned the name Bubba Wallace before George Floyd, people would have said, what position does he play?
Right.
Nobody would have known. Very, very few people would have been aware of that. All right. Stephen Brooks, what do you have for us for our team of the week?
So, slim pickings, as it has been. I'm always interested to watch this part of the show when I'm not on, because I'm like, what are these guys going to do this week? I'm going to go with the folks who organize and put on TBT, the basketball tournament, because they're going to be the first ones bringing basketball back to us. You know, I talked about earlier how exciting the NBA's return will be, and I love the playoffs every year, but the first basketball we're going to see is going to be in Columbus starting the 4th of July, actually, and I just want to give them a little credit because they've moved fast. You know, this isn't a pro league, it's a one-time-a-year thing. It's in its 6th year, they have some experience, but I mean, they've moved fast in terms of getting testing in place, getting guidelines in place, swapping their format around. They're supposed to have 60-plus teams. They only have 24 this year in a single site as opposed to 8. So I think they've moved really well and really quickly in getting this thing all set up. And hopefully we're going to have some live basketball here. If you don't know what it's all about, just look up TBT, the basketball tournament. It's a lot of local, not local, but recent college grads.
Okay.
A lot of names you'll recognize.
Fair enough. For our player of the week, it's going to be Dad. Not my dad, not your dad, but dads. They probably love you more than you realize. They're probably prouder of you than they ever show. But you're their offspring, you're part of them until you've been one, and you see it from that point of view. It's your day. Thanks, Dad. Want to thank our panel, Team 352, Rico Beard. You can hear him on the Spartan Beat. And Stephen Brooks, 24/7 Sports, Spartan Tailgate Premium site. He's with us every Thursday on The Drive with Jack. Have a great week, everyone. See you next Sunday.